are absolutely losing their minds at the people that President Trump is announcing to be a part of his 47th president administration. I'm going to be going through all of those and more. People like Matt Gaetz, the most aggressive Republican member of Congress, was just chosen to be the Attorney General. We have a former Democrat, Tulsi Gabbard, now being the head of all of the U.S. intelligence agencies. We're going to be going through this. This is going to be an interactive news broadcast. Thank you for joining me late tonight. All right. President Trump is picking so many incredible people to fill roles in his administration. I think people's head might explode. And if mine doesn't, Democrats might. Some of these people are very scared of the Trump selections. Trump has officially started draining the swamp by recruiting two wonderful Americans who can pave the way for his new administration. In a press release, Donald Trump said yesterday he officially announces who will be leading the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. He stated, "I am pleased to announce that Elon Musk, working in conjunction with American Patriot Vivek Ramaswamy, will lead the Department of Government Efficiency. Together, these two wonderful Americans will pave the way for my administration to dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excessive regulation, cut wasteful expenditure, and restructure federal agencies essential to the Save America movement." Let me know over in the comments, what do you guys think about this? This is incredible. I interviewed Vivek Ramaswamy 4 different times. I was never able to get Elon Musk on, but together, I think that these two are going to revolutionize the country, and they want to do all of that for the 250th anniversary, which would be January 4th, 2026. So I think it's just amazing, and I'm just so excited about it. Now, this is a savage move by Donald Trump, aligning himself with two figures known for their disruptive approach to large systems. Elon Musk, in particular, has a proven track record of shaking up established institutions, and demonstrated by his mass layoff at X, formerly Twitter, where over 3,700 employees were fired due to issues around security, work schedule, and misinformation. Now, given Elon Musk's no-nonsense approach to management, it's likely that he will bring a similar level of scrutiny and efficiency to the federal government as he works alongside Vivek Ramaswamy to streamline and reform the federal government. You guys, this is a miracle. We are going to get our country back. This is a George Washington crossing the Delaware moment. This is a Julius Caesar crossing the Rubicon moment. Now imagine when these two men and their team of experts start dismantling all of the bloat within the federal government. 2 million employees. It's the largest employer on planet Earth. And we know that a lot of them are not actually putting in an honest day's work. Meanwhile, this bloat continues to absorb taxpayer money. So they need to clean that up. Next, they're going to go after the budgets. They're going to simplify those, clean up the budgets, which means not only can Donald Trump lower taxes and bring in more tax money, but that money will actually go towards good programs, right? Now, whenever I want to get a good laugh out of somebody around tax season, I say, I love paying my taxes because of the way that they spend it. And then they go, are you kidding? Right? We all know that they have been abusing the American worker and the American taxpayer, and it's time for that to end. No more $50 hammers that cost $5. No more $900 of brad nails that cost $9. It is time to become efficient and take back our dominance as the global leader of the world. Now, in preparation for Donald Trump taking the White House, Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser has requested a meeting with President Donald Trump next week. Oh, I wonder if it will come up, the fact that they rejected 10,000 National Guard on January 6th. I bet it doesn't come up. Now, Mayor Bowser has long pledged to address DC's rising crime rates since Donald Trump left the White House. Despite her efforts, Washington, D.C. ranks 172 out of 182 as one of the most dangerous cities in America. That's an embarrassment. It's one of the richest areas in America. It's also one of the highest crime cities in America. Now, in a post on Truth Social in 2023, Donald Trump criticized D.C., declaring, Washington, D.C. has become a dirty, crime-ridden death trap that must be taken over and properly managed by the federal government. It is and will be part of my election platform. We will clean it up, renovate, rebuild it, and most importantly, make it safe. I mean, everything that Donald Trump wants to touch right now, he wants to make better. He wants to make safer. I, for one, want my children to grow up in a safe country, in a prosperous nation where they can afford to live. Now, this is great news for Washington, D.C. Breitbart senior legal contributor Ken Klawowski agreed by stating D.C. is not a state and should not be treated like one. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like there's much pushback from the residents of D.C. or the mayor of D.C. that are sick and tired of all of the crime. Now, Trump's new border czar, Tom Homan, is on a mission to strengthen border security. Since his recent appointment, he has received an outpouring of support from thousands of retired Border Patrol agents, ICE agents, and police officers, all eager to help restore order at the southern and northern border. Tom Homan shared, in the last 2 days alone, I've received thousands of text messages from retired Border Patrol agents, retired ICE agents, retired police, veterans, people from the military, all saying, what can we do? What can we do to be on board? Now, in the past 2.5 years, the Texas Department of Public Safety has made arrests involving members from 262 different gangs. Tom Homan expressed deep concern for the nation's security, stating, this is the biggest national security threat our country has faced since 9/11. It's unacceptable. I don't care what it costs. We must secure the border. By the way, if you didn't see earlier today, I had Tom Homan on my show. He's getting literally thousands and thousands of messages every single day. So the fact that he was willing to come on and spend time with me today so that you guys could hear directly from Trump's border czar was really, really cool. So if you want, go back and watch that 21-minute interview. It was really, really insightful. He talks about what they're going to do to recover over 300,000 trafficked children, what they're going to do to shut down the border, what they're going to do to get illegals to self-check themselves out of the United States of America like a hotel. And if they don't, what ICE is going to do to start rounding up criminals. He also talked about what Trump and the military must do on the southern border in order to make America safe again. So go check that interview out. Now, after 4 years of absolute chaos, we are finally bringing common sense back to America. It's safe to say that the Democrats' secret plan of flooding swing states with illegal immigrants to win elections has failed. While the threat is still very real in the future, their plan has received massive setbacks, as I'm sure Trump will make a big focus on going after the swing states where Biden and Harris were secretly flying hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants into swing states in order to affect the electorate, in order to affect congressional seats, and in hopes of illegal immigrants being able to get IDs and illegally vote in our elections. So you better believe that they are going to be going after those people hardcore. All right, now it's come out who all of the people are that Trump wants to have in office, and it is spectacular. Let me know over in the comments, has Donald J. Trump put together one of the very most robust dream teams in American history? Attorney General Matt Gaetz, this guy is a firebrand. He is one of the most courageous people in DC. This guy has balls of steel, and he's not afraid to go after the military. He's not afraid to go after Fauci. He's not afraid to go after Merrick Garland, those that were having secret meetings at the White House and then brought all of the lawfare against Donald Trump. They are going to go after these people aggressively. What about the new defense secretary, Pete Hegseth? Washington, D.C. and the Democrats are saying, this is a Fox News anchor. You can't have him leading the military. You guys, this guy graduated from Princeton, then got an advanced degree from Harvard, spent 20 years in the military, 2 missions overseas. This guy knows a lot about the military, but he's not bought and paid for by the military-industrial complex. What about Governor Kristi Noem? Department of Homeland Security? Yes, sir. What about Tulsi Gabbard, the Director of National Intelligence? This is amazing. So she will sit over 17 different intelligence apparatus, with the main ones being the NSA, the CIA, and the FBI. There are going to be no more shenanigans going on. She is incredibly honest. She has decades of military experience. She sat on committees, being a member of Congress for the state of Hawaii. So it's going to be amazing. Everything coming out of Trump right now is amazing. Mike Waltz is coming on the show soon, the National Security Advisor. The former Director of National Intelligence, John Ratcliffe, he's the new CIA Director. Are you kidding me? It's going to be amazing. The first female chief of staff. Wait a minute. I thought that Republicans were full of stupid, weak women. At least that's what Mark Cuban had to say. No, in fact, the Republican Party is full of incredible, patriotic women. And the very top one is going to be a woman. It's amazing. Lee Zeldin for the EPA. I mean, the list goes on and on. I'll let you read it. I'm not going to go through all of it. The only one that people seem to be very unsettled about, I guess, is Senator Marco Rubio. I have mixed feelings about this, but at some point, I just have to say, okay, Trump has a committee of people around him. I'm going to trust that he is vetting everybody, and not everybody that he picks is going to be the person I would pick, but I'm just going to trust that he is coming into this with experience and foresight and a committee of people. But let me know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of this list? I think it's incredible. I think it's incredible. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. Now, did you guys see that Donald Trump joked about running for president in 2028? And Democrats are losing their mind. They're like, you see, he's Hitler. He'll never leave office. He'll never leave office ever again. The guy was making a joke about whether he would be in power in 2028. He literally said, I suspect I won't be running again unless you say he's so good, we've got to figure something else out. I mean, this guy just loves to troll Democrats. And honestly, nobody does it better than Donald J. Trump. All right. Now, the one that I am most excited about, I think, is actually Matt Gaetz. I have watched this guy grill Dr. Fauci. I've watched him grill Alejandro Mayorkas. I've watched him grill Merrick Garland, the Attorney General. And these guys have gone too far. They crossed the Rubicon. They jumped the shark, whatever you want to call it. Biden sicked these dogs on Trump. And now it's time to open up real investigations and figure out what was going on. It's time to get the January 6 people out of jail for Nancy Pelosi and General Milley and Mayor Bowser trying to do an embarrassment coup on Donald Trump so that he could never run again. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. By the way, let me know over in the comments, where are you watching from? I'm in Utah. I would love to hear where everybody's watching from tonight. All right, now Pete Hegseth, again, he's going to be heading up the military. 20 years of military experience, 2 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, master's degree from Harvard, bachelor's degree from Princeton. It's going to be amazing. Now, we got some bad news today. All right, let's see. Let me read some of these. Ohio, Australia, Canada, New Mexico, Minnesota, Kentucky, Oklahoma, Washington State. Amazing. Amazing. All right, we got some bad news today. Senator John Thune was elected by Republicans in the Senate to replace Mitch McConnell. I'm not very happy about it, but at this point, there's not a lot that we can do. Now, this is what Senator Thune had to say. I am extremely honored to have earned the support of my colleagues to lead the Senate in the 119th Congress, and I'm beyond proud of the work we have done to secure our majority and the White House. This Republican team is united behind President Trump's agenda, and our work starts today. Now, here's what makes me nervous about Senator John Thune. I believe he's a rhino. I believe he has been kissing the butt of Mitch McConnell for so long that it's hard to distinguish where Mitch McConnell starts and Senator Thune ends. He's got his head so far up Mitch McConnell's butt cheeks that it's hard to know where the two are separate, right? However, from what I'm reading, he does have differing opinions from Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell was on Donald Trump's side until the impeachment inquiries started. And some of Mitch McConnell's bad feelings came from his wife being in the Capitol on January 6th. So that really soured Mitch McConnell. My point with all of that is there's nothing we can do except for give Senator John Thune the opportunity to prove that he is behind Donald Trump. That when he says we have the Senate, we have the House, and we have the president, we're going to get a lot done. Only time will tell if they will actually appoint Donald Trump's recommendations, if he will back the MAGA agenda. Now, one thing that is exciting is Senator Tim Scott, who ran for president and is a major Donald Trump supporter. He has specifically been put in charge of how Republicans in the Senate spend money. This is a big deal because Tim Scott is ultra MAGA. Now, the reason I say this is we should actually have a bigger lead in the Senate and a bigger lead in the House of Representatives. Why don't we? Because Mitch, the turtle, McConnell, would not spend any money on Trump endorsed members of Congress. For example, he spent tens of millions of dollars on somebody that absolutely hates Donald Trump. But would he put any money behind Carrie Lake? No, he put $0 behind Carrie Lake. So, and maybe that's why the Democrats felt like they could try to steal the election in Arizona, where Suddenly, Representative Gallegos gets more votes than Kamala Harris. Something isn't right. Even Carrie Lake got more votes than Kamala Harris. So how did she lose? Donald Trump wins Arizona by a large margin, but his number one fan, Carrie Lake, does not win. Something is off in the state of Arizona. So we'll see what happens with Thune. So again, we can't change it. All we can do is pray that he is being honest and then hold his feet to the fire. If he becomes an anti-Trumper or an anti-MAGA, then he must be removed. And we'll see how it all ends up going. Now, the fact that Mitch McConnell is finally stepping down is a huge plus for Trump and the Republican Party. Throughout the years, he's been considered a thorn in Republican sides. Not only did he participate in impeaching Donald Trump, but he badmouthed him after January 6th. Now, ultimately, he decided not to impeach Trump so that Trump could move on. But I'll bet you he regrets that because he didn't think Donald Trump would run for president again. Some other things that Mitch McConnell did was he was extremely important in getting Biden's infrastructure bill passed, which cost the American people trillions of dollars. And then they went on to spend $7 billion on electric charging stations and only put 8 of them in. Total waste of money. They also spent $42 billion on getting internet for Americans. That never went anywhere either. So Mitch McConnell basically just wasted $50 billion with a B, $50 billion of our money. Not to mention the fact that he was one of the biggest proponents of sending American taxpayer money to Ukraine, even when it became apparent that Ukraine had no path forward. I mean, at least when Kamala had no path forward, they started redirecting money. But anyway, now she's in big trouble, right? $20 million in debt. Oy, oy, oy. So while some anti-Trump Republicans liked Mitch McConnell, it seems the majority of us did not, and that's why he decided to step down. Now, earlier today, President Joe Biden officially congratulated Donald Trump for his win and enthusiastically welcomed him back to the White House. Now, Melania decided not to go and have tea with First Lady Jill Biden. Why? Because Jill Biden called her husband a crook and a racist and an evil man. And she has boundaries and said, no way, I'm not having tea and sandwiches with you. But Donald Trump, he has to go into the lion's den on behalf of you and me. Now, during Trump's meeting with Biden, President Biden seemed to put a lot of energy behind welcoming Trump back. He said, well, Mr. President-elect and former President Donald, congratulations. Looking forward to having, like we said, a smooth transition. Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated. We're going to get a chance to talk about that later today. Now, many people are saying that Joe Biden was smiling because he voted for Trump, right? Like, if anybody wanted Kamala Harris to fail, it was Joe Biden. I mean, look at this, right? Over on Twitter, they're saying, look at this. This guy couldn't stop smiling in the presence of Donald Trump because he most likely voted for Donald Trump. I mean, look at this. Look at this smile, you guys. Have you ever seen Joe Biden as happy as you see him in this moment? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Is smiling Joe Biden? Did he vote for Donald Trump? Let me know. I think he did. I mean, his wife wore a red pantsuit to go vote. She was basically giving Kamala Harris the middle finger. And now Joe Biden is saying, this democracy works. And he's welcoming Trump back. He's grinning from ear to ear. This guy literally couldn't smile any bigger. Look at that. You know that guy voted for Donald J. Trump. Oh, man, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Oh, wow. All right. Well, listen to this. Kamala Harris was just the worst idea that Democrats have come up with. Such a bad idea. Did you know that Kamala Harris quietly donated $500,000 of Democrat donor money to Al Sharpton and his nonprofit? Just 1 week before that, he was bad-mouthing Kamala Harris, saying he didn't know if she was going to be a good candidate. So all of this money is pouring in from Democrat donors, and then she gives $500,000 to Al Sharpton. And guess what? The next week, he says she's the best candidate for the job. He posts a video of Kamala Harris wishing him a happy birthday on October 3rd, and then invites her to do a historic interview with him where he then bullies her into the corner and says, are you going to give Black Americans reparations? This guy, I mean, you thought he was doing it out of the goodness of his heart. Nope. $500,000. You thought Beyonce was endorsing Kamala out of the goodness of her heart. Nope. $10 million. You thought Megan Thee Stallion out of the goodness of her heart. Nope. $5 million. Oprah, $1 million. Now, imagine, wouldn't you be so mad that you only got $1 million while Beyonce got $10 million? Literally, Beyonce came out on stage after faking a concert, spoke for 3 minutes about the advantages of late-term abortion, and got paid $10 million. Meanwhile, Oprah hosted a 1-hour interview and only got $1 million. Now, even Chris Cuomo, who used to be on CNN and is now over on News Nation, said, I've been in politics for decades, even when my dad was running, and I've never in my life heard of this kind of money to buy a donation. Now, let me know over in the comments, why would Kamala Harris need to donate that much money to get people to say they like her? It's because they knew she was a loser. They knew that she was not going to win. And they had to literally buy celebrity endorsements. No wonder Joe Biden is smiling so big. He didn't have to pay anybody for endorsements. That crazy old guy got free endorsements. Gosh. All right. Now, did you guys hear about the Supreme Court situation? This is serious for a second. So I guess there is talk in Washington, D.C. right now about forcing Supreme Court Justice Sotomayor to step down so that Joe Biden's last official act as president can be to put Kamala Harris on the bench. So they're not going to be able to expand the Supreme Court to 13 like they wanted to. But now talk around town in Washington, D.C. is to make Kamala Harris a Supreme Court justice. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? I think no way. This is terrible. We need to be unburdened by what was, right? And when I think of the passage of time and the significance of the passage of time, I don't want her on the bench at all, right? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. You guys are saying no, no way, hell no, kiss my butt, thumbs down. No, 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 no. Bad idea. Kamala's career is done. I don't know. I just read tonight that a large percentage of Democrats in California said that if she ran for governor, they would vote for her. I'm telling you, these Democrats have lost their mind. Why would you want Kamala Harris to run California? I mean, they're already running it into the ground. It's one of the richest, most beautiful parts of America, and it's just completely captured by the Democrat machine. So sad. It would be such a bad idea. You guys, I agree with you. Thank you, everybody, for giving me your opinion. I think Kamala Harris as Justice Kamala Harris would be a very, very bad idea. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. I love you guys. Let me read some super chats and we'll let you go. David Blakely, thank you so much for the super sticker. I'll be buying tacos, my man. By the way, I went to tacos yesterday and I thought about you guys. So thank you. It was fun to go get some tacos. Tacos and burritos are my favorite. Zohar, thank you so much. Armand, thank you so much. Armand again. Tim Scott, I don't know if he's going to let the money flow. I'm very suspicious of all of these characters. I think he's got a spy. I got to tell you that he's anti-Trump. Okay, interesting. You've got a different perspective than me, so I'm willing to give it time and see if one of us is right and one of us is wrong. I hope he's a good guy. I really do, for the country's sake. Vartan K, God bless you and your family. God bless you and your family. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that super chat. Hey, you guys, there's 12,000 of you on right now. Do me a favor, hit the like button below this so that YouTube and Rumble will share this with a larger audience. Also, we passed 1.8 million truth seekers. So thank you. We're on our way to 1.9 million. I can't wait to get there. Thank you guys so much for entrusting me to bring you guys the news each and every day. How can we get Trump to pardon Bevelyn Williams? Who's Bevelyn Williams? Is that the woman that went to jail for praying outside an abortion clinic? Let me look that up. Betty Williams. Yep. Yeah. Oh, you know what's so crazy is just last night I was thinking if I could talk to Donald Trump, one of the things I would tell him to do, like in his first week, is to pardon all of the men and women that have prayed in or around abortion clinics. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion. If I want to pray outside of an abortion clinic, that's between me and my God, right? And my country tells me in the Bill of Rights that I have the right to do that. Now, do you have the right to block the sidewalk or something? No, that's very different, but I agree. They should definitely let that happen. Sherry Ray, please look at the reports concerning Michigan and FEMA. Something terrible is going to happen. Biden welcomed Trump today because they know something is coming. It's all going a little too smooth. So I don't disagree with you, Sherry, but only time will tell. I think Trump is being very, very cautious. I'll try to look into that. I saw something about FEMA trucks, like multiple FEMA trucks in Michigan. So I'll have to look into that. Hey, I love you guys. Have a great night. Stay amazing. And I will see you tomorrow on the next video. Good night.